Hello, all you wonderful fools. It's time for the Mizzah Tee Show.
All aboard!
Here we go, let's start the show. Hosted by Mizzah Tee. Nintendo video games are the favorite ones for me. News and reviews, some gameplay too. Battling drones is what I do. M-I-Z-Z-A-H is the show by Mizzah Tee. It's the show by Mizzah Tee. FOOS. Hey FOOS, it's Mizzah Tee.
Or should I say, hey FOOS, it's Mizzah Tee. This is actually the first video in my series of Teed Off. I actually came up with the idea for Teed Off segment about a year ago. And I actually got some of the suggestions from YouTube user Visor Red Grunt 34. I hope I said his name right. Longtime subscriber of mine, supporter, so shout out to him. He helped me come up with the idea of Teed Off. Don't get caught up in the title of Teed Off. It's just, a cute title for me to do, like, one-off quick videos about news, whatever's going on in the gaming community. In this case, a video response. I don't plan on doing too many of these because, to me, it's kind of weird debating somebody else's opinions. But, we kind of do that in this community. Sometimes it's warranted, sometimes people say things that are kind of egregious and you have to, you can't help it, but you have to address them. That's not really the case this time. I'm doing a video response to Shokio. Been a long time supporter of him. He was one of the first guys I subscribed to a couple of years ago, probably 2.5 years ago when I first came into this community. Being one of the few Nintendo guys I saw out there, I agree with Shokio probably 60% of the time. Nobody should agree with anybody 100% of the time. I mostly agree with, what he says. And even when I don't agree with him, it's nothing like, oh, I hate the guy. It's nothing like, oh, I hate this dude or whatever. It's nothing like that. And then this video won't be anything like that either. While I shared the sentiment in his video, I took some issue with maybe his wording or his premise, I should say. His premise was basically in light of PlayStation 4's exclusives, I guess you could say the overhyped nature of them and them not living up to expectations or living up to the hype or exceeding the hype or anything like that. With them getting obviously low Metacritic scores or just average Metacritic scores compared to Wii U exclusives would get high above average thus far. Sony's woes basically shine a light on Nintendo's woes being even worse. Even though the PlayStation 4 thus far arguably has underperforming exclusives, despite the games, the system still sells like crazy, which shines a light on Nintendo. Even though it has great exclusives, it can't seem to sell. So that was basically his premise. I don't have a problem with that premise. I think the issue I have is that I'm wondering, why does the Wii U sales matter to a gamer? How does Nintendo sales affect you as a gamer? Now, obviously, I understand that if Nintendo was selling bad and they're not making money, it could affect them as a company. And here's my reply to his video. While I agree with the sentiment, this video leaves me a bit confused. Your premise is that it's Nintendo's fault for not being able to sell Wii U's the way Sony has been able to sell PS4s, despite underwhelming Sony exclusives and Nintendo having great critical exclusives. Sounds like that's a problem with gamers succumbing to hype time and time again, and not Nintendo's inadequacies. What exactly is the issue? As an active supporter of the movement, #WeHaveAVoice, I'm asking if you are suggesting cross-game chat on Wii U would sell 11 million more Wii U's. As a gamer, why does Wii U sales even matter to you? Bad sales didn't affect my enjoyment of Sega Saturn or Sega Dreamcast or people's enjoyment of the PS Vita. I just want games. I don't need Nintendo's superiority. Sony's marketing has always been unmatched. Honestly, Nintendo needs more of those multi-million selling third-party multiplats if they care about selling more. They need that more than they need a chat feature if they want to sell. I support #WeHaveAVoice because I want real Nintendo fans who are frustrated with having a universal chat feature, which they would feel make great games even better, to get what they want. Not because I hope Nintendo can match or exceed Sony sales. Shokio did respond to my comment on his video. I don't think he really addressed my main point, but he did respond and elaborated a little bit on what he was trying to say. So that's cool. Basically, what I'm doing in this video is elaborating on my reply. So some people are saying, no, it's Nintendo's fault that Wii U's that even though they have quality games, they can't get people to buy a Wii U. And that's true to some degree. Like I said, I agreed with the sentiment. That's true to some degree because Nintendo's marketing hasn't been that great. But in business, we have this thing called cost benefit. Will the cost equate to the benefit? Again, this is my opinion that in Nintendo's case, it wouldn't, because they lack those third-party multiplats that are popular. You know, making more better commercials to sell the games that it currently has, isn't going to work because it's not going to be enough appeal. Wii U currently is a hardcore Nintendo fan console, and obviously as a hardcore Nintendo fan, I have no problem with that. But if they want to sell more, they have to expand their market by adding those games and some of the features to some extent. Gamers also have to take a L for not buying a console like the Wii U. They don't get a pass, especially us so-called hardcore gamers, because we're in tune. Like, we know what's going on in video games. We know what's going on in this industry. We're more conscious purchasers as far as video games go. We're more conscious consumers. So we should know that the Wii U is a quality system with quality games. And if you don't feel that way, I don't think any amount of commercials is going to help you make that decision to buy a Wii U. If you're a hardcore fan in this community and you don't have a Wii U yet, there's not a commercial that's going to make you buy it. And as far as the casual fans go, they're not going to buy a Wii U because it doesn't have multi-million selling, multi-plat games that they're used to playing every year. The Call of Duties, the Maddens, blah, blah, blah. That would sell Wii U's better than a commercial will trying to get you to buy Xenoblade Chronicles X. Xenoblade Chronicles X is going to sell to a certain kind of fan. It's not going to sell. It's not going to be a great thing for those guys. I expect their marketing to get better with games like Xenoblade Chronicles and Devil's Third, even to some degree. I've actually been at GameStop recently and I saw like a promo with Devil's Third in it. It looked really good, and it was playing on the GameStop screen. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, I don't think gamers or consumers in the gaming culture get a pass. They have to take some blame for just not buying Wii U's. Again, the hardcore gamer, guys like us who watch YouTube videos and who care about E3 and Nintendo Directs and things of that nature, we should know if Wii U is a good purchase or not. No amount of commercials is going to make up that mind. It has to do with the taste as a gamer. It has to do with the multi-plat, multi-million sellers that the Wii U doesn't have. I think that matters more than any commercial or feature that Wii U, quote-unquote, doesn't have. And then along with video games, along with the games that Nintendo lacks, people will bring up features. And at this point, there's nothing we can really do about games. We can't boycott Nintendo to give us more third-party exclusives. I mean, I don't know how you would start that movement. It doesn't. It's not something that's readily tangible. But I think something like the cross game chat, the hashtag we have a voice movement, the Active Gamer Life started, is something that's tangible. That's something you can ask for, and something that Nintendo could deliver on, because we have games with full featured voice chat on Wii U, and so we know that feature is something that they could do. That's something that they actually can handle in-house, and it's not quote unquote begging for games from third parties, or something that's not really tangible from them. So that's my premise. It's like I've said in countless videos that I don't care about the chat features, cross game chat or anything like that. One reason is it's not what moves me in gaming, and another reason, there are other options if I really do care to use them. At this point, there are other better options, like Google Hangout, or obviously Skype. Again, I'm not the person to talk about that kind of stuff because I really don't care. I really don't care about voice chat in games. I've said numerous times before. But I'm supporting this movement because I know a lot of Nintendo fans do care about it. Like I said, it's tangible, and it's something that's tangible. It's something that has to do with the enjoyment of actual video games, and so I'll support it for that. I don't really understand people who take issue with that kind of a movement. I can understand some stuff, but something like that that Nintendo can do, I don't see why people would take issue with the movement. But yeah, anyway, that's my quote-unquote video response. This is the first episode of, like I said, Teed Off. And, again, this is not a battle, underground mixtape battle tape against Shokio. I like Shokio. He's a cool dude. I was in the podcast with him, PE Network Vidcast, a few months back. And, I have no problems with him. Sometimes people will say something that will provoke thought, and I had my thought, and so that's why I'm sharing it. So I was just wondering, why do sales affect you as a gamer? Like I said, I mentioned the Sega Saturn, the Sega Dreamcast. Didn't matter to me that those systems didn't sell well. All I cared about was that they had great games on them, and both of those systems did. If the sales don't affect games coming out, then I don't know why sales matter to you as a gamer. I know in this community, or in the gaming community, that sales matter because they are used as ammunition for fanboy console wars. You can say, well, look at my system sold more than yours. Ha ha ha. That's something you can say when the games when the games on your system aren't that great. Well, that's my video. That's my video response. Shokio doesn't need my help, but obviously I'm gonna link the video in the description, because if you're talking about somebody in a video, then you should at least link their video or their channel. And I just think that's common courtesy. So if you're a subscriber to mine, I'm sure you know who Shokio is already. You probably subscribe to him too. All right, fools. Or should I say, all right, fools. That's it for this episode. That's it for this segment, my first segment of Teed Off. And I'll check you fools out next time. Peace.
Team, unite up! Oh yeah, one more thing. Play Nintendo, fools.